Hello, my friends, and welcome to Youth Potential, a channel dedicated to helping young people with mental health problems. I have two books available, 102 Distraction Techniques and Self-Harm to Self-Harmony. Both of these books are only available on Amazon. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hello, my friend, Scott here representing Youth Potential. Well, Happy New Year. I know it's a little bit late and we're almost like halfway through the month already. But in terms of me being active on my YouTube channel, it is the new year, basically. Not only are we in a new year, we are in a new decade. I was born in the 90s, I lived through the noughties and the 10s, and now we're in the 20s. I hope you guys had a good Christmas and New Year, and that can be a real sort of shitty time for some people. For myself, it wasn't particularly great. I'm not going to go into the reasons why, but I got through it safely, so that's all that matters. And there were some good moments nonetheless. So anyway, so this video is just kind of like a generalized video. I just really want to get you guys kind of on the right, start on the right path at the beginning of this decade, because I know loads of people traditionally, it's like new year, new me, or it's a New Year's resolution time, or I'm going to set myself some goals for the year, etc., etc. But I know when you suffer with different types of mental illness, it can just be another year of grey. Oh, I've got nothing to look forward to. It's just going to be a load of shit. But don't let it be that way. I know it's easier said than done. I finished last year on 3 really negative notes. Again, I'm not going to go into the details about that. I don't want to make this about me. But I'm using them as motivation to push myself forward. So I'm getting into this regime now, or I've gotten into this regime now, where I set myself 3 goals a day, and I've also set myself 3 goals for the year. And I've got them on my whiteboard right here. I have no idea if that's coming out backwards on the camera or not. That's my 3 goals for the year. And they stay on my whiteboard, which I have at the end of my bed. So every day when I wake up, they're the first things I see, either that or my Pokemon calendar. So yeah, 3 goals for the year, because that gives me enough to do this year and something to work towards. And also there's not too many goals that it's overwhelming. So they're kind of in the background of my mind. They're the things that I want to do this year. So I want to get my 3rd book published. I've written about 3 chapters so far on that. I also want to go back to the gym 4 days a week, which I've started. Yes, get in. Did my first week. I just finished my first week actually. And I want to kind of appreciate kind of being on my own, get more used to it, because feeling lonely is something that I'm not very good at coping with, and it really kind of gets me down, like really down. So yeah, I just want to be able to enjoy my own company a bit more. I've got friends and family, not a great deal of friends that I get to see very often, and family I don't get to see very often. It's probably my fault as well. So just, I'm not very good interacting socially with new people, so just want to get used to it really. It's nothing to be ashamed of being on my own. I just need to get used to it, so that I stay more positive. So as well as 3 goals throughout the year, I set myself 3 goals a day, and I highly recommend that you do that, because I know how easy it is to wake up and not know what you're doing with yourself. And when you don't know what you want to do with yourself, it's so easy to let your emotions just go from here all the way down here. It doesn't matter what meds you're on or what therapy you've got. If you've got nothing to do in that day, I can assure you boredom becomes a real kind of like inducer of depression or even anxiety, and it just makes you feel like shit. So I give myself 3 goals. Again, I do them because I want to know what I'm doing with the day, because I like to plan ahead a lot. I like to feel a sense of accomplishment, and at the same time, only having 3, it's enough to not overwhelm me. I know I can realistically do it, because if you set yourself like 10 goals for the day, it might be achievable, but you're going to look at that list, and as soon as you look at it, you're going to think, oh my god, I'm never going to get through this, or I can't be bothered to do all this. and you've already lost the motivation before you've gone. Whereas 3, you can divide that up into like the first 4 hours of your day doing 1, the second in the next 4 hours, and then the third in the last 4 hours, or you can just do them all at once. It doesn't matter. And what I do is I try and do sort of like 2 sort of beneficial goals for me in terms of like my body or my career. So I might say like today's goal, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm also going to do a chapter of my book or a YouTube video or a few Instagram posts, and then I'll kind of have a more fun one, like I'll go and see someone, or I'll make sure that I play one of my video games or whatever. It's really important to have these goals. It's important to know what direction you're heading in. Otherwise you just get blown about by the winds of circumstances of life, and then whatever happens, you're not happy with it, But when you set yourself these goals, everything you do will be in line with achieving that goal. Doesn't matter how big it is or how small it is. So maybe you just want to set yourself a goal, like the first thing is to have like a good wash, tidy your room, and then go outside for like, I don't know, a half-hour walk or something. Just doing these things, it kind of gets your mind into this habit of doing things. And then when you get into a habit, a lot of this stuff seems like effortless. So I know what it's like when it seems like a lot of effort needs to be involved. All this holds you back, and you're like, oh, I just can't do it. I don't want to do it. I can't do it. Just taking these little baby steps day by day just makes it a hell of a lot easier. And I feel really good about myself. I get out of bed. Yeah, I might have a shit day, but at least I know I've got these things to do. And every time I work through it, my brain gives me a shot of dopamine, makes me feel good about myself. And the same can be done for you as well. Also give you a bit of a serotonin boost too. So yeah, I mentioned about going back to the gym earlier. I know it's pretty obvious, and we all know this, but exercise is so good for you physically and mentally. Like, there's nothing I love more than going down the gym for like 45 minutes, doing a workout. I'll do like a kilometre sprint on the treadmill, or a 2 kilometre jog on the treadmill. And then I'll do like all these like upper body, stomach and lower body exercises. I've got a workout routine already planned. I have it on my phone, and then I go through that every single time I'm there, and then I will increase the weights or the distance or whatever each week. So yeah, and it works for me. Kind of what I want to achieve out of this is to be able to channel the negative energy into exercise so that something positive can come out of it. Obviously, right, at this moment in time, I'm just about to come up to 5 weeks clean of self-harm. So obviously, I'm trying to get that endorphin rush, but more constructively, like through my body, through working out. Yeah, I really recommend it. I mean, going to the gym, it is scary, but everyone's there for the same reason. They're going there because they want to lose weight, or they want to get in shape, or they just want to increase their mental well-being, or whatever. Like, I know it's really easy to think, oh, like I'm overweight, or I've got scars on my body, or I'm just not that kind of person. But it's so beneficial for you, and you come out feeling great. I mean, you're aching as well, but you're feeling great about it. I go to the gym. I mean, I think I've got a good shape. I just need to like bulk up a bit more. But I see people there that are obviously, they want to lose weight, or they want to, get into a better shape and that. And I see them looking around at other people, and I just think, no, it's, don't worry about it. No one's staring at you, okay? It's, you're all there for the same reason. You're all there to get fit, to get in shape, or to lose weight, or whatever. So it's a really good environment to be in as well. If you can't afford to go to the gym, which is fair enough, because a monthly fee can be a bit expensive for some people, just go for a jog. I mean, all you need to do is get a cheap pair of shorts, like a vest or tank top or something, a cheap pair of trainers, and then just go for a jog. I mean, find somewhere that's nice and peaceful, out of the way. I don't know, there must be a park or something near you, or like a really long road that stretches that you can just go back and forth, up and down. Trust me, as soon as you start, you'll feel better about yourself. I mean, yeah, you might be a bit out of shape, and it will take a little bit of time for your body to get used to it, but your body will get used to it, and you'll be able to jog further, for longer. You'll be able to go faster, and you won't be out of breath. it's important to do some research on this as well. Don't just bolt out there. Like, you want to make sure that you're doing like the right kind of stretches beforehand, etc, etc. But anyway, it's really good. And finally, I just want to finish off this video with just kind of like a recap on my philosophy on recovery when it comes to mental illness. Some of you guys, you've watched my video, why I don't aim for recovery. If you haven't watched it, please go and watch that. It's a really important video that means a lot to me. It's kind of my whole philosophy on how I live, and what kind of youth potential is all about, essentially. So I don't focus on recovery. I don't believe that it's a very clear thing, and people get the wrong idea about it, and it's quite an abstract concept. You know, people think it's like a destination when it really isn't. It's like an ongoing process, but being an ongoing process, it means you can kind of never get there. So it's, you know, you've constantly got to be focusing on yourself, and what I personally aim for is maintaining stability, and that can be a great number of things. I did a post on Instagram the other day. It was like, you know, maintaining mental health and stability isn't just about, you know, taking medication and going to speak to a therapist or whatever. You know, it's also about things like spending time with good people, giving love, time and effort to others, having fun, those kinds of sorts of things. And that's what, in my honest opinion, that's what this kind of like whole managing your mental illness, managing your mental health and reaching stability is all about. You know, you've got to get involved in professional care, you know, if mental illness is something that you live with. So you've got to go and see your doctor or care coordinator, therapist, whatever it is. And if they prescribe you medication, you should be taking it. If it's not working, you should be having these constant back and forth conversations about what's working, what isn't working, how it affects you, that kind of stuff. It's also important to be around the right kind of people. So it's very easy to be spending time with someone that you've known for such a long time, but then when you kind of step out of that situation and you look and you think, wow, did you know what, they're not actually good for my mental health. They're influencing me to do bad things. They're really negative. They don't really, you know, give me any attention. It's all about them. I don't know, they're really selfish. They never share anything. They always sponge off me. They never say anything nice about me, never ask me about how I'm doing. You know, they're the kind of people that you need to reevaluate and just think, do you know what, I could probably do without them. If, you know, it's okay to be selfish, especially when it comes to your mental and physical well-being. So yeah, be around the right kind of people. Look for those positive people. There's people that lift you out of that bad place. There's people you can go to and talk to when shit hits the fan or whatever. And people, you know, they just give you the time and attention. Obviously, it's important for you to give love to others, you know, that time, effort and attention. Celebrate other people's successes. Let them know that they look good, or let them know that, you know, they've done really well, or they've come really far, whatever it is. Just, it's really important to see these little details about people and just celebrate it with them. Trust me, that's a really good way to build up a friendship with anyone, is let them, you know, just, I'm not saying you have to completely, you know, flatter them to the ground, but just give them a nice compliment once in a while. It'll do good for their well-being. It'll make you feel good about yourself, knowing that you're being a good human being, you know. Stay busy, absolutely. We talk about distraction techniques a lot here. Yeah, stay busy. You know, it can be anything. It can be reading, it can be going for a jog, exercise of any kind. It can be watching a film. It can be spending time with friends. It could be doing some cleaning. It could be so many things, but you've got to stay busy, okay? It's really important for your mental well-being to stay busy. It's going to distract you from negative thoughts. It's going to help you get through those negative emotions that are just kind of hanging there for a long time. And of course, you can use your 3 goals a day as something to work towards, and you will get those happy brain chemicals, those endorphins, the oxytocin, the serotonin, and the dopamine. Yeah, it feels good. And finally, have fun. You know, I took life so seriously for such a long time, and I really struggled to relax. And yeah, and I sometimes forget to have fun. I'm just so serious and just so focused on just this one thing and just going after it. I forget to have fun along the way. Now I'm kind of making much better balance of having fun, doing what I enjoy doing, and at the same time being the best person that I can be. Anyway, guys, one last thing is that I said on my Instagram yesterday that I won't be replying to DMs anymore. And unless I'm following you, I mean that. I'm really sorry. I hope you guys can understand. I'm just really struggling to keep on top of it, and I don't want to commit to something that I can't deliver that promise. Okay, guys? But all of your support and your following just means the absolute world to me. So I thank you very much. I wish you the very best of luck. Maybe watch this video a couple of times just to get yourself motivated for the decade ahead. And I wish you all the best. Anyway, leave your comments below if you have any questions. Thank you very much. Bye.